Hello from the Dukascopy TV studio in Geneva. We're talking about innovation and how to put it into practice with the China Hardware Innovation Camp. Welcome, Dr. Marc Laperrouza at the studio.
Thank you.
So you are the co-founder of this China Hardware Innovation Camp, also briefly Chic. So what is it all about and how is it taking place?
Okay, so Chic is a joint venture, if you want, between Swiss Next China and EPFL. The idea is actually to take students from EPFL, which is an engineering school, from ECAL, which is a design school, and from HEC Lausanne, which is a business school. And to actually have teams of students coming from the three institutions to develop a connected device during the semester and then go and produce it in China. So basically what we did, we put these students together in a room in February 2015. We said, you have 2 days to think about a project you'd like to develop. They didn't know each other. They mingled, they spoke, they ideated, they were creative. And then at the end of the weekend, they actually came out with 3 projects on which they worked during the semester. Each of the students bringing his or her own competence. And then we went to Shenzhen in July and actually produced the devices in a small batch.
Can you give us an idea what kind of projects are realized there and some examples?
So the students came up with 3 projects. The first one is a clever baby bottle. So it's a baby bottle which measures 2 things. It measures the temperature and it measures the amount of milk that has been drunk by the baby. This is connected to a mobile device and basically you can monitor the amount of milk that your baby is drinking. The second project is actually a tablet for elderly people who are digitally handicapped or challenged, if you want. And the idea was to have youngsters communicate with their elderly or grandparents via a device which is simple enough for the grandparents to use without having any training in tablets. Okay? And the third project is actually, again, for younger children. It's a small device, a little bit like a game console. And you can attach actually 3 things to the device to measure qualities of water. One is turbidity, one is conductivity, and one is temperature. And the idea is to have a teacher go to a river with the students, and the students have the device. They actually measure the water, and then they can discuss about the quality of the water with their teacher when they're back in class.
Mm-hmm. Are there any results on the market? Success yet? Are these products can these products be found on the market?
So it's an interesting question because this is obviously, it takes place at the university. From the outset, our partner in Shenzhen is actually Seed Studio, which is doing open source hardware. Okay, so from the outset we said we want this project to be open source in terms of software, but also in terms of hardware. So all the files to actually design the PCB, so the printed circuit board which goes inside the various devices, is actually freely available. So anybody could actually go and use those files to develop their own devices based on what has been done. We have, however, pushed the exercise far enough, and the students have really pushed themselves far enough to be, in certain cases, not so far from commercialization. For instance, when we were in Hong Kong and Shenzhen, the teams were asked to pitch in front of investors or in front of incubators in Hong Kong. And one of the team actually, to our big surprise, because it's the first time we actually ran this in 2015, is that one of the team got an offer to actually move to commercialization with in this case, the baby bottle. So we can see that with very motivated students, we can actually, even if it's an intellectual or an academic exercise, we can be very close to actually a prototype or a product development.
And if I understand it right, so students can really sort of create their own startup company with this project.
Yes, in a sense they started from nothing and went to being very close to being entrepreneurs. Now they're back in school, and so here we're talking about master students first year. So they still have actually one semester to go. And one of my worries is that the baby bottle team actually stops school and becomes entrepreneur. Then I'll be in trouble with my my dean, because obviously we want them to finish their studies at EPFL before moving into entrepreneurship.
And so how can interested students find out about this project? Who can enroll, and where's more information about it?
So Chic 2015 is almost over. We're going to have 2 demo days. On September 23rd we have a demo day at EPFL. On September 24th we'll have a demo day at EPFL. And again we'll put the videos that the students have produced a la Kickstarter on the web. The second Chic 2016, the ideation weekend, will take place on October 17th and 18th, 2015. If among your watchers or listeners you have students from EPFL, ECAL or HEC, they're of course welcome to join. The more interesting thing is what we're working on next is actually to make this again open source, and we will soon be working with a foundation, or hopefully work with a foundation, to actually share this learning experience so that other teams from other universities in Switzerland or in Europe or actually worldwide could actually benefit from our experience in developing those devices, and hopefully mimicking or improving what we have done so far.
Dr. Marc Laperrouza, good luck for this project, and thank you very much for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
And thanks for watching. Do make sure to keep clicking back on the Dukascopy TV website for latest updates and exclusive interviews. Have a great day and see you next time.